All right, guys, we're all on the quest for the greatest night's sleep. And I'm going to give you 6 natural remedies in which you can do to start leaning into that. If you're new to my channel and you're new here, we are super excited because, again, this is the first moment that you're going to be able to be exposed to a lot of different science-backed practices that can ultimately enhance you as an individual. We have a primary target audience of entrepreneurs and executives making themselves most optimized, again, to maximize performance, but utilizing controllables and maximizing HRV. So much content here, guys. I'm glad you're in this place. Let's get going. So when we're looking for maximizing our sleep and trying to really make sure that we're doing things the right way, there's so many gadgets and gizmos out there that don't often tell the whole story or give us exactly what we need. So the number one thing that we can do here is get sun exposure. So first thing in the morning, get sunlight exposure directly onto your face. You want to make sure that it's not through a window because it usually blocks about 50% of what we need. But rather getting direct sunlight exposure. I know sometimes in northern climates it's a little bit cold or it's foggy, whatever it may be, but still try and get outside, get that sun exposure. If we do have a fogginess, let's get as much blue light turned on in the house as we can to maximize that, to create the photoreceptors that are going to increase cortisol in our body. At night, we also want to get sun exposure. Why? When the sun's dropping, it's going to give us natural red light, which again is going to increase melatonin in a very natural way. Number two, valerian root. Okay, we really want to use valerian root as a natural stimulant because we don't want to take melatonin. Melatonin it's a hormone and it produces naturally in our body. But in a 2015 review published by the Journal of Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine, it showed that valerian root increased melatonin production in the body and also decreased insomnia. So look for valerian root if that's something that we're interested in. Number three is getting lavender diffused into the room that we are sleeping in. So a 2016 study published in the Journal of Explore found that college students who inhaled lavender scented patches before bed reported better nighttime sleep and more daytime energy compared to those that inhaled a placebo patch. And so what we find is that when you utilize lavender, it increases your melatonin levels, decreases cortisol levels, optimizes internal sleep environments and your parasympathetic states within the body, and thus get deeper sleep quality. So another study that came out in 2012, the Journal of Medical Association of Thailand, showed that people who inhaled lavender oil had significant decreases in blood pressure, heart rate, and skin temperature compared to those who inhaled a base oil without lavender. Now, why that is important is because we know that heart rate, skin temperature have a real big impact on overall sleep quality. We know that the lower skin temperature we have, sleep environment, optimizes slow wave and REM sleep. And we know that blood pressure and heart rate, when decreased, increase heart rate variability, which also is a good sign of what's happening in that side as well. Number four is have chamomile tea. So again, we've talked a lot about this and people often talk about it, but the herb chamomile has been used as a sleep aid for thousands of years. And there's a lot of great research on it. So in 2016, the study of advanced nursing found that moms who drank chamomile tea for 2 weeks reported fewer sleep symptoms of inefficiency and depression than those who didn't. Again, when it comes back to that herb, it increases the parasympathetic nervous system and thus optimizes sleep quality. The other thing that we have to think about is because we're not eating and rather we're drinking something, it decreases the sympathetic stimulus on the gut. And we know that we have 400 times more melatonin in the gut than's produced by the brain. So chamomile tea is a great way in order to get us into that space. Number five is meditation. I love meditation and mindfulness for relaxation. We often talk in that last hour before bed, activating something called the parasympathetic buffet, which could be anything that activates us more in a parasympathetic way, in a relaxation way. And in a 2015 study in the Journal of International Medicine, adults who spent 2 hours a week learning meditation and mindfulness techniques for 6 weeks but never discuss sleep, reported less insomnia and fatigue than those who spent the time learning basic sleep hygiene. So it's amazing when we actually put into practice what we're learning, which is, hey, how do we meditate and be more mindful? It actually changes our chemistry internally, thus getting us to have a better night's sleep rather than just learning about it. Okay. And then the last one, really unique, is called pink noise. Okay. And pink noise is a frequency that has sounds more of a natural and balanced sensor than white noise. So white noise would be like your continual fan whirring, or a continuous hum. And that's actually going to stimulate the sympathetic nervous system and be um, much more strenuous on our body, and thus keep us out of those slow wave and REM cycles. So pink noise, which is, think about something more on the lines of water sounds, or raindrops, or binaural beats is another great one. And so the study that it came out from was published in Frontiers was published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience, really came back and showed that pink noise is really where we need to lean in to optimize the parasympathetic nervous system. So guys, those are 6 quick things that we can do to optimize it. I'm going to pop them up here. Going to pop this up here. So number 1, sun exposure. Okay, really want to make sure optimizing morning and night. Valerian root, lavender, get a simple diffuser, have it come into the room. Use your sense of smell. Chamomile tea, another great one. Meditation, and pink noise. So we're really trying to stimulate everything, right? We've got our sense of taste, touch, smell, and hearing, auditory, which really is going to help maximize our sleeps and get you that perfect night's sleep every single night. Again, if you love this video, share it, comment on it. But again, subscribe to this page so you get more of this on a regular basis. Go own it.